Hello everyone, it's Vlad from the IPOR Labs team with another simple walkthrough video. This time, I want to focus on answering a simple question that we get super frequently, and that is how to get 50% yearly return on your stablecoins in the IPOR dApp. To figure this out, you will have to understand how boosting, also known as delegating, with pwIPOR tokens works. Put in the simplest way possible, you can use pwIPOR, which is the staked version of IPOR tokens, to boost your liquidity mining APR. Your APR is affected by both changes in your staked stablecoin liquidity and the number of pwIPOR you have delegated to it. So we have tried to make the process of depositing liquidity, staking it, and boosting it with IPOR as simple as possible. However, it will be further simplified in IPOR v2, which is coming in Q3 of this year. But more on that at the end of the video. Okay, so you want 50% APR. What do you do? There are actually three ways in which you can figure this out. And the first one is to look at the liquidity mining leaderboard. And to do so, to find the leaderboard, you go to the liquidity mining page, then press leaderboard. And then what you need to do is also click on power, where users are ordered by the highest APR. So moving through the pages, you will eventually reach a page where users are getting 50% or around 50% APR. Check what number of stablecoins and pwIPOR tokens they have, and maybe copy one of those positions. The obvious drawback here is that you have to copy a position and not create your own. So there is a second way to understand what amount of stables and pwIPOR you need to get to 50% APR. It's basically looking at the graph on the liquidity mining page. And I'm referring to this graph here. When there is no connected wallet, which is currently the case, the IPOR dApp interface defaults to 1000 IP USDC position. So a quick note here, since it's a yield-bearing token, IP USDC has an exchange rate with the underlying USDC. You can check that rate on the pools page. So when you go to the pools page, you can see that the current exchange rate between USDC and IP USDC is 1.6. So in order to get 1000 IP USDC, you will need about 1060 USDC tokens. So moving along the chart line, you can figure out how many pwIPOR you need to get to 50% APR, assuming that you have 1000 IP USDC or any of the other IP tokens. So in this case, as you can see here, to get to 50%, you will need 1000 IP USDC staked, and then about 736 power tokens. So this approach, again, is imperfect since you can only solve the 50% APR puzzle for 1000 IP tokens. So that takes me to the third approach. And actually, this is the best approach to understanding how to get 50% APR. Simply use the yield calculator. It enables you to input any amount of IP tokens, and they play around with the amount of pwIPOR you need to boost your yearly yield to 50%. So what you need to do is go to the yield market page where I'm currently, and then click on the yield calculator on-off button, which I already did. Select the stable coin you would like by changing it through this menu here, and input the amount of the stablecoin or in its IP token form that you have. For this example, I will use 10,000 USDC or IP USDC actually, and then you can input a random number of pwIPOR tokens to see how the APR changes. So let's see how we can get to a 50% APR. Okay, almost there. There we go. Let's say almost. Okay, there we go. So the calculator tells you that if you have 1000 IP USDC, which is actually about 10,600 USDC, the required number of pwIPOR you need in order to have a 50% APR is 7,400. And that's it. So if you're not sure how the deposit and basically deposit and staking process works, watch this walkthrough, which I'll be linking below. It's a video that I created a while ago. So finally, we are very aware that the current process of depositing, staking, and boosting might be a bit too onerous. So that's why it will be significantly simplified, as I mentioned in the beginning, in IPOR v2. So you will be able to use the IPOR dApp to select the APR you want and then get it with a single click. So that's all from me. I hope this was useful. Thank you for watching and see you in the next walkthrough video.